Hey there, Oddmans. Welcome back to the channel again. Oddone here, and today we're going to continue our series of the Cang Toys reviews that we've been doing. Today we have the second entry, not necessarily second entry day release, but his box says number 2. We have their LandMini, which is their take on Tantrum, which again, when they're all combined, will make the Predacons. His boxes, just like how Rampage's was, very shiny, very nice, same things all around. You know, beast form bigger in the back, robot form bigger in the front. Pretty neat, and we actually still have them in the box, so you can see what one of them looks like in box when you open it. Not completely, because, you know, again, I took something off of it, and this is everything he comes with. So let's get him out, and we can take a closer look at him. Move a small piece of styrofoam. Getting these guys out isn't too bad. Let's pull you forward. This was the first one I messed around with when I got these, and dear God, transforming this was a pain. I actually scratched his paint. There we go. All empty and everything's all out. Get that out of the way, and we can start looking at their LandMini Tantrum. As you can see, right around his lips and his chin, I actually scratched his paint, and that's because I got his head stuck trying to do his transformation, which I was not very good at the first time. The instructions weren't too clear. I actually had to look around to see what exactly I was doing wrong, found the solutions, so we should be good for this review. Before we get into that, I'll just show off his accessories right away. He does come with a gun, blaster thingamajig, which will combine with the weapons from the other in this line and make an even gigantic cannon. An even gigantic cannon. Oh my lord. It'll make a bigger gun, okay? Bigger gun. I apparently don't know how to speak English. He does come with a sword. There's a neat little saw blade gimmick. I was doing this for like 3 minutes straight the first time I got this and messed with it. And he does come with, I don't know what to call it aside from foot. But the cool thing about this is that this is actually a flight stand for them when not being used as the foot connection. So I'll show that off real quick. What you want to do is break the toes apart. And you're going to pull from these little red rings here. And then you're going to pull this completely up. And there you go. You now have a miniature flight stand for your figures. And let's just see how well this holds. I'll just wrap it around your leg or whatever. And you get the idea. It can go around his waist, but you get the idea. It's pretty neat. I wasn't expecting to have a flight stand within a foot. But yeah, let's get the rest of this review underway after transferring this back to being the foot. But those are his accessories. And here we have Landball, aka Tantrum. And dear God, detail is great. Again, I messed up my copy by scratching his face with a pair of tweezers, but I don't know. It's kind of okay. I gave him a goatee, I guess. This guy was fun when I first took him out. It was not fun to transform because I had no idea what I was doing even with the instructions. And the only thing I can say that I don't like about him, aside from the confusion of the instructions, which isn't necessarily on the figure, but why does he have light piping clear back head if he has silver goggles? Why? Why? Like, it barely works. I guess if I scrape the silver off it'll work, but not really. Anyway, detailing all around. I'll show you guys the figure. It's pretty neat. Sigils everywhere for, you know, let you know who it is, what it's supposed to do. Danger spots, I guess. It's kind of Gundam-esque, which I don't mind because I love Gundam. But yeah, let's get into the articulation. He is one of the ones that is very squeaky, but he can T-pose without a problem. shoulder armor is about the only thing that weirds me out, because anytime I gotta move it, it moves ever so slightly and then won't go back down. And I can't get this because I have new nails. There we go. Actually, maybe I can show that on camera. That hinge joint, really tricky to get that to work, and it's also really tricky to get that to work for the transformation, but we'll get to that point. He can look left, right. He can actually look all the way around, but what's the sense of doing that? He can look up thanks to the transformation gimmick. He can look down nowhere. He does have a double jointed elbow, just a full bend. We do have a wrist swivel, so you can turn his hands. He has a bicep swivel as well, right there. Actually, let's actually show that. There you go. I guess you can maybe call this a butterfly joint, but it's more so for the transformation. We do have double jointed knees. Bends very nice. His feet are weird. We'll get to that. We have ankle pivot forward and back. His feet are the weirdest ones, I believe, out of all of them, because it's not really solid, steady either. It's just, I guess it's just there to hold him up. But yeah, again, I'm not gonna really have him in this mode. He's going to be transformed in part of the combination like he's supposed to be. But I think that's about it. Oh yeah, side the skirt armor can go up, and he does have a waist joint. So that's pretty nice, right? It's pretty cool. Again, they are very posable, even for being this tiny. Oh my god, that hurts my ears and worries me so much. It's so tight. Like, they need oil. You hear that? That's scary. It makes me not want to transform them. Dear Lord, my ears. But yeah, we're gonna try to transform him on camera, but before we do, just so we can have it for the sake of having it, we have to get into those size comparisons. So as you can see, again, just like Rampage, pretty short, next to the Lucky Cat Megazord, whose hand just fell off. I broke this so long ago. It's just a momentary fix. Eventually I'll get around to actually fixing that better. But we have that. We have our Marvel Legends modular Iron Man, who again makes these things look like children. He fell down. Everything's falling down today. Amazing. We have our Lord Zed Super Buddy. Nope, you're not falling down. We're not doing this. Stand up. He's gonna fall down. We got him to stand up. Yay! We have our SH Figure Arts Cooler. Ooh, that height difference. And last but not least, the original Thick Boy Broly. Don't you dare fall, you stand. And as you can see, he looks even tinier for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the silhouette that he has, but he looks even smaller than Rampage. And speaking of Rampage, here he is next to Rampage. And he's not small. Oh no, he is smaller. Never mind. I was gonna say he's not smaller. He's just about smaller. This is gonna be great. We have an arm and a leg. Haha. That's what this set costed. Well, let's get around into trying to transform this guy. I hope I remember this correctly. So we're gonna start off by moving his sides out. Alright. This entire back section opens. And what they don't tell you in the instructions is that this is on a hinge. It just tells you to open this and turn his head down. You're actually supposed to shift this downward, like so. It does not tell you that in the instructions, and that part sucks. But if you do that, you can get this to go down, and his head will stay facing forward, and you should be able to push this in there. I, on the other hand, have had trouble with this so many times. This is why his face is scratched from me using tweezers trying to free it. Speaking of which, I probably need to do that now, but I don't remember where I left those tweezers. Crap. Oh, wait, they're right next to me. So let's try to get this out of here. Okay. So, yeah, this is supposed to go down at a 90-degree angle of some sort. But its head is supposed to stay facing forward. Like that, I guess. And then collapse in. And then we take the pull head, bring this down, and turn this around. Don't know why I just left those on the table. And then the arms are supposed to connect into this slot here, right at the bottom. So that one will connect there, and that one will connect there on that side. And now we can make Benny the Bull. I'm kidding. Or am I? That's kind of cool. Anyway, let's finish getting this done. For his arms, this little hatch opens, and you just flip his foot. Fairly simple. Do this for the other side. Flip this open, and flip his foot. And from that point forward, you just take his super squeaky arms, which hurts everyone's ears, and flip them forward. God, that hurts my ears. You're all supposed to lift this up and, you know, get the proper motion and all that stuff, but some of the steps in the instructions are pointless and some of the steps are unclear. Still manageable though. 100% manageable. Let's see if we can get this going. Hopefully we don't break anything. I am not doing the best at transforming these, so I apologize in advance because I'm just bad at it, okay? I just am. We have to move down the crotch piece because the crotch piece is actually his tail. Assuming I can get this disconnected. Let me try moving the skirt forward. Maybe I can. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So as you can see, his tail's there. It was hidden. And now we move on to the legs. Oh man, I really don't remember how to do this. Oh yes, I do. I remember partially. These flip out, right? And these also flip out. There we go. And there we go. Flip those out. And now I have to remember exactly how this connection goes now that they're flipped out. I hope doing it for a couple seconds just now doesn't get this copywritten or anything. Okay, I believe that's the way that those go. Then I am supposed to, I believe I'm supposed to fold this upward. I really do not remember how to do the rest of this transformation. I really don't. And I think I just made his foot just in bull mode. Oh my god. Alright guys, give me a second. I'm gonna check the instructions and I'll be right back. So I'm back after checking the instructions and yeah, I was kind of fucking this up. I was kind of fucking this up pretty bad. I didn't need to flip this at all. It could have stayed completely like this. It would have been fine. Didn't need to do it. You know, that folds down and everything. Well, here we are, trying again to transform this figure. So what we're going to do is turn this back around and flip this back this way. And we'll see if we can make something out of this. I'm not sure if I can, because I'm pretty sure I'm screwing this up again. And I'm gonna have to go check the instructions again, because I don't know what I'm doing. But it might make for an entertaining review. Let's collapse those two in. Maybe that'll help. Oh yeah, it would help if I move the waist armor out the way or knock it off. Okay, I have to put this back on here now. And now you all know that can come off. And I can get this back on here. This is a great review. Ironically, this is the one that I was, trying to avoid. But hey, if I get it out the way now, I don't really have to worry about it later, I guess. There we go. That's back on there. Now let's try to get back to doing these instructions properly and getting this foot to work. So I believe it needs to be up like this. This has to close. And this goes forward, maybe. I'm honestly not sure. Do I turn this around? I know that this piece is supposed to be in front like that, so I think I may be doing this right. Let's see. Let's straighten that out. Let's move this to the side. I can flip this around. There we go. Let's close that in and close this one in. Okay. Now that we have those closed in, let's try to straighten this out. Or I can't because I didn't close the. Oh, that's why I'm having trouble. I did that wrong. Still. Good lord. I am bad at this. The leg should be straightened like that before I do that. So we have access to closing this down. We close that down, and then this is supposed to flip and go up. So let's see. I believe we have the legs in a proper motion of what they're supposed to be. So that's good. That's a good start. That's a good start. And then these are supposed to come down. The entire section is actually supposed to collapse inward. Let me connect the legs together and push this inward, because when this is actually pushed inward, these will connect inside these tabs here. Let's see if we can do that really quick. Oh yeah, do need to, move those. My ears. And probably your ears too. Don't know if this is as bad for you guys as it is for me. Those snap into place. Okay, okay. So I am doing this partially correct. That's good, right? Alright. I think we have the legs. We'll just come forward some. This is supposed to just come back and tab into the top of the thighs. And last but not least, I believe the arms are supposed to either extend or shrink. I cannot remember, but I think they might be supposed to shrink. And then I'll try to wiggle this up there with that joint. Ooh, this is a pain. Tantrum makes me want to throw a tantrum. I do not like transforming this one. I didn't like doing it the first time I got it. I don't like doing it on camera. It's giving me trouble. And I feel like this video is going way too long. You get the idea though. His shoulders aren't the straightest, but we technically have him in beast mode. Get those legs better. Go. Right. There we go. Alright. And for articulation, his mouth does open. His head can... And I close the mouth. His mouth does open. Head can look down, which is great for any charging animations you might want to do. Can look up that far. We do have movement in his arm. Oh, I just remember that. His arms are wrong. So no, this isn't movement in his arm. His arms are supposed to be like this. And this is supposed to be this way. If I remember correctly. But I don't remember that showing like that. It's where you're just seeing his hands up in front. Could have sworn this was supposed to be covered. But he can do the whole full charging motion, you know. I could possibly have this the wrong way. Because I'm pretty sure his fist should not be shown. But they are being shown. And there's not really much I can do about it. But those are supposed to be forward, if I remember correctly. This is what happens when you briefly read the This is what happens when you briefly read the instructions and just try to get to one point. Not everything's locked up like it's supposed to be or any of that. But again, I don't like transforming this one. Now the one I will like transforming is Dive Bomb. That thing is cool. And fairly simple. As you can see, the horns can be positioned however you want them to. So if you want to have different looks, I mean, technically you can. Looks pretty nice. And for the sake of this video and time, I will be right back. I will get Rampage up here in beast mode so you guys can see them together. But I'm not going to put you through the process of watching me transform that again. I'm just going to, you know, do the magic editing of pause the video, do it, and come back. Alright, be right back. And you see, after the power of magic editing of pausing, I am back with Rampage. So you guys can see them both together. And so far, so good for this collection of figures to make the Predacons. We are 2 down. We have 6 more to go. I still hate this guy. It's still great. I still love the set. It's just, this is my least favorite to transform. Basically because of well, here. I'll do it one more time for you guys. That hurts my ears so much. Also found out that I did have this correct and it is supposed to show. So, yeah. Who would have thought? This disconnected, but that's fine. And just like we did for Rampage, the last configuration, which is for the combiner mode, will be shown in the final video. And then that one, you guys will be seeing everybody transform. Just a quick note for anyone though, whenever you get these guys, if you ever pick them up, find them anywhere, transforming them into the combiner mode will be done from beast mode. I mean, yeah, you can probably do it through just robot mode to that mode, but it's much easier to go through it from beast mode. And the more I look at Rampage, the more I'm like, this figure's great. Like, the detailing and the color, I love it. But yeah, that's 2 down. We have 4 to go, and we have to get to my favorite, which is Dive Bomb. Not only does it look great, it transforms the easiest out of all of them that I've done so far. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so sorry for how long it took to freaking transform this guy. But it'll be worth it. If you stick around to the end, it'll be worth it. Because the final product, it's freaking amazing. I'm gonna go try to figure out how to transform the others. Because I've only messed with 3 of them. I'm gonna let my fingers stop being in blistering pain from all the tiny little sharp points. And then I'll record the next one for you guys. So I'll see you in the next video. I was about to say Autobots roll out, and then I remember they're not Autobots, they're Predacons. You know, so Decepticons, the animals, and all that good stuff. They don't have a slogan that's that catchy. So